Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to go over Blackbeard. He's a 2 armor, 2 speed attacking operator from the Navy SEALs.
Give 'em grand hands, say what's up America. Half of you should know me, right? Other half a replica.
Blackbeard has 2 primary weapons that you can choose from. The Mark 17 CQB assault rifle and the SR-25 marksman rifle. He has 1 secondary gun, and that is the D50 handgun. He has 2 different gadgets that you can choose from. One being the breach charge, he has 3, or 3 stun grenades. His unique gadget is the rifle shield, or the TARS Mark 0 transparent armored rifle shield. He has 2 of those. Now getting right into his weapons, starting with the Mark 17 CQB. It has 41 damage, a fire rate of 585, mobility of 50, and a capacity of 20 rounds in the magazine, 21 if you include the one that could be in the chamber. His recoil pattern doesn't look too good just by looking at it, but it's highly manageable. It goes up and to the left. Most times that I use this weapon, I do pretty well with it. It doesn't kick too bad, and it doesn't really stray too far from target when being used. This one is definitely my personal favorite when it comes to using Blackbeard's weapons, just because of the manageability of its recoil. It does a decent amount of damage, and it doesn't take too much to knock down most operators. Next up we have the SR-25 marksman rifle. It has 27 damage, it's a semi-automatic rifle. It has 38 mobility and a capacity of 20 rounds, 21 if you include the one in the chamber. Now the recoil pattern pretty much goes straight up, but there's large amount of jumps between each shot fired if you try to rapid fire it. It's best to take slow methodical shots with it. Aim a little lower if you need to get any decent shots on it and you want to make sure that you're hitting every target on. Last but not least, we have the D50. It has 68 damage, a single fire handgun, 50 mobility, and a 7-round magazine, 8 if you include the one in the chamber. The recoil pattern is all over the place for this kind of weapon, but it does massive amounts of damage. As you'll later see, it takes about 2 shots to kill any terrorist, which I believe they are 1 armor, 3 speed operators, or terrorists, whatever. And it's great to have as a secondary. It has massive amounts of stopping power. Not recommended to be using all the time, but it can definitely get those shots off and really do some damage when you land them. So now that we're done with his weapons, let's go over his gadgets. With his 3 breaching charges and 3 stun grenades, both are very good gadgets to have. Always dependent on how you guys are setting up your team. I personally normally go with the breaching charges just because most people don't go with breaching charges. Even if we have a thermite and Hibana, I don't want them using it on soft walls. I want them to use theirs only on reinforced to better get the best out of their abilities. So with the breaching charges, it's great to get through maybe the ceilings around the hatch if it's breakable, so that you guys can get the defense wandering more. Now that there's extra areas besides just the hatch opened up, they need to now look all around them, not just at the hatch or at level doors or windows in the OBJ. They now have to look up, left, right, everywhere to ensure that nobody's getting peeks on them. The stun grenades are also a really great gadget to have, especially with Blackbeard. I normally use Blackbeard to occupy a window around OBJ, keeping line of sights on them and picking off people trying to rotate. And with his stun grenade, you can definitely get them to move away from where they're sitting. Because they're blind, they may move out of fear and just kind of blindly run around. Well, now you have a guy that can't see and is down sight from you. So now Blackbeard's TARS Mark 0 transparent armored rifle shield, or just the rifle shield. Back when it first released, I think all of you guys that have been around since Dustline remember how OP Blackbeard was. There's definitely no way that you can penetrate that shield. It was like 6 guys in front of you. Now, each shield has 60 HP, and he has 2 of them. That 60 HP on the shield lasts maybe 1 good burst to the face. That one burst that you are now surviving gives you a pretty good chance of either killing the operator or getting out of sight so that you can re-engage and reevaluate that operator and where they're at. So now we've gone over about everything Blackbeard has and somewhat different ways that you can use his gadgets and his weapons. I believe Blackbeard is a great operator to have. I mean, you see him in pro games as well. Not saying that that's the only reason he's good, but he definitely brings a whole different gameplay when he's out there on the field with you. Like I said before, I normally use them to occupy a window around OBJ to just kind of mess with them. If I can get a window in OBJ, that's even better, because now as soon as an anchor moves to rotate somewhere or a roamer comes through to rotate back into OBJ, I can take them out before they pose any kind of threat to anybody else on the team. Using the different gadgets, maybe using his stun grenade as soon as I see him, toss it in there. Now they're blind running around. They probably laid down and tried to move back to the last place that they were when they had cover. So overall, I would like to give Blackbeard a drum roll, please. 7.5. I believe he deserves this 7.5. He's a really great operator. He is definitely useful on most maps. That's, I think, the only reason why I didn't give him a higher ranking was because he's more usable on specific maps versus all of the maps. Thanks for sticking around till the end, guys. I hope you guys learned something, enjoyed the video, and now learned a little bit more about Blackbeard and how to use him, his different weapon types, and everything else. If you guys have a suggestion on what operator I should review next, don't forget to comment down below on what it is, and you guys have a squirrely day.